Hello Sagittarius rising. It's been a while since I've done a video, but here we are in Gemini season and there is a lot going on. Besides the sun, there are a few other planets in Gemini, all bringing out that charm and versatility of Gemini. So let's talk about what that means for you specifically, Sagittarius rising. So as a Sagittarius rising, that puts Gemini in your 7th house. The 7th house, of course, is the opposite of the 1st house. So the 1st house is you, the 7th house is you plus 1. The 7th house is about relationships, partnerships, marriage, unions. Now this primarily is about a personal relationship, like a marriage, but it can be a business partnership, it can be a best friendship, it's any kind of real close personal one-on-one relationship. So every year from mid-May to mid-June, when the sun moves through Gemini, it highlights your 7th house. And what this does is brings that spotlight onto your relationships, onto your partnerships. It brings out a bit of vibrancy and some vitality to your relationships. This is opening up joyful connections, dynamic communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and that is the planet of communication. So there's a lot of communication as well as harmonious collaboration going on in your world of partnerships or relationships or marriage. This is a time of feeling a lot of a big boost in your success and in your personal growth, especially when it comes to do with who you are as a partner or as a plus one. So now, a few days after the sun moved into Gemini, so did Venus. Venus followed, and Venus is the ruler of the 7th house. So Venus has effectively come home to the 7th house, and that really brings out an even more intense or amplified dynamic and lively nature to your relationships. This is bringing love and partnerships out that thrive on communication. This is helping the communication within your partnerships to be that of love and compassion for each other. This is also a time of mutual exploration. So perhaps you and your partner or whoever you are in this union with are having some sort of mutual exploration of something. This is also blending this passion and love of Venus with the intellect of Mercury. Now, just a few days after Venus joined this Gemini party, so did Jupiter. Now, unlike the Sun and Venus, which will be moving on into Cancer in a couple of weeks, Jupiter is a much bigger, much slower moving planet. So Jupiter takes about a year to move through a sign. Jupiter will be in Gemini, in your 7th house, for 1 full year. Jupiter is all about expansion and growth, and it's generally considered a benefit or a benefic or a beneficiary. So it is bringing harmony and good luck and all of that good energy to your relationships. Now, with Jupiter there, it's expanding these relationships. So you might be making more friends, or it might be just expanding the relationship as it stands, making it an even bigger, stronger relationship. This is also a time when you can expect an emphasis on communication and harmony in these relationships, on really working towards understanding each other, meeting in the middle, finding common ground, and talking through whatever it is that you need to talk through to make this relationship successful and harmonious, and always with love. Okay, now Mercury moves into Gemini on June 3rd, which was just a couple days ago. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So when Mercury moves into Gemini, again, we have that double dose or that amplified energy because Mercury is home in Gemini. So it's harmonizing. It's not having to defend itself against a hostile house or a sign. It's at home. So with Mercury in Gemini in your 7th house until about mid-June, you're going to be feeling this dynamic and intellectual communication in your relationships. Mercury is communication, so it's really just amplifying that there's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of communicating, a lot of information going on regarding your relationship or your union or your partnership or your marriage. Now, this is also making sure that these conversations, that these communication is harmonious. It's also adaptable and versatile communication. So you're not so steadfast in your opinion or your stance. You're able to adapt and to go with the flow. This is really crucial for personal growth and for connection, for bonding with your partner. Now, lastly, Sagittarius, on June 6th, which is the day, that I'm recording this, we have a new moon in Gemini. Now, new moons are the beginning of a moon cycle. This is the starting of a whole new sign that the moon is in. And the moon is fast moving and it only stays in a sign for about a day and a half. But this particular new moon happens to be in Gemini. So there's all these planets now. We've got the moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and the sun. That's what, 5, 6 planets, all in Gemini. So this fresh start, this time for renewal, which the new moon always brings, is about harmonious blending of your emotions and your choices regarding your relationship. This is about making fresh starts with your partner or within your partnerships. It's about doing something together that is new. This is also where your love meets practicality and versatility and adaptability. So these relationships that you love and value, you will have to be adaptable in them and a lot more versatile in them. This is also about making decisions that align with your inner wisdom, making decisions regarding your relationship, regarding your partnership or your union that align with your inner wisdom and with your intuition, with your gut feeling. So if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. This is about assessing that relationship. Maybe it's time to let go of that and let something new come in. That is something that's more personal that only you can decide. But this Gemini season for you, Sagittarius rising, is all about relationship, union, partnership, harmony, finding some kind of mirrored self in another person. Okay, especially because it is Gemini. Gemini is represented by the twins or the lovers. So this is just really about being open to the possibilities, being open to love, being open to the new dynamic and intellectual and communication and all of these things that are happening with regards to you as a partner, in a partnership, in a relationship. Okay, Sag rising, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.